As I'm reflecting on my career, one of the most significant stories I ever covered involved 3 young boys with AIDS. They were infected through blood transfusions. It was the late 80s and 90s, a time drastically different from now. People lived in fear of dying of AIDS and nobody knew how to handle things. The Ray family was thrust into the national spotlight because of what happened to them, and I was there reporting on their journey every step of the way. I recently reconnected with the family more than 2 decades later to find out how they're doing, and it's a story of faith and grace and healing. If you're looking for a living example of the human capacity to forgive, look no further than Louise and Cliff Ray.
God gives you the grace you need when you need it. And it's easier to forgive than to hold a grudge, because when you forgive somebody, it's not necessarily for them, it's more for you, because you have to let it go.
The couple has spent a lifetime letting it go. They have lost 2 of their 4 children and endured unimaginable pain. But through it all, they have lived their lives with grace.
You know, AIDS was such a new thing. People didn't know. So I understand them wanting to protect their kids. There's no anger, no resentment that we hold against anybody.
The family was thrust into the international spotlight in the late 1980s. This is video from my original stories. The couple was living in Central Florida, raising their young family. The boys, seen here, ages 7, 8, and 9, had hemophilia, and the family had just learned they tested positive for AIDS from their blood transfusions. Remember, in the late 1980s, very little was known about AIDS except that it was a fatal disease. I interviewed the family at the time, and they were frightened.
There are times when, you know, at home and it's nice and quiet, you know, that you see things, you see the tears, you know, you see the frustration of not being able to be like their friends.
I'm very worried about them. I'm worried about, you know, what's going to happen to them after this is over with.
After the family alerted the school about their diagnosis, they were barred from attending.
Each one of my boys are going to have to go through the same grade again.
The family sued and eventually won a federal court order, sending the children back into the classroom. We were there that day. Many families were afraid, keeping their children home. The boys were frightened too, and lonely.
Do you miss your friends?
Yeah.
And more tragedy came a few weeks later when the family's home burned down. The case was never solved, but it meant the family had to move and start over. A few years later, AIDS started taking a toll on Ricky's body. I visited him at All Children's Hospital.
Your mom told me you wanted to talk because you said that this is what AIDS is.
This is what AIDS is. This is what it does to you.
Ricky passed away soon after this at age 15. His brother Robert passed away a few years later at age 22. Randy Ray is the only brother still alive. He's now 42 and doing well. The AIDS virus that ravaged his young body is almost undetectable now, thanks to modern medicine. Randy is married with a family.
You know, I never thought I'd have a wife or a kid or grandkids, you know, for that matter. And I got to be here for them now, so I take medicine, and now medicine is, you know, as long as you're taking it, you live forever, I think.
Candy Ray is the youngest in the family. She didn't have hemophilia or AIDS and was so young when everything started to unravel. Today, she's a nurse following in her mom's footsteps.
I'm a nurse practitioner, a family nurse practitioner. So I work as a family nurse practitioner, and I also teach nursing at a college.
Neither Candy nor her family dwell on the darkness they went through so many years ago. They hope their hardships made it easier for those with AIDS who came after them.
We're Christians, and we truly believe that God has a purpose for everything. During the time it was happening, we were so young and so naive. I really don't think we realized the impact of what was happening.
Over the years, Cliff has worked hard to let go of the anger that engulfed him in the early years.
I'm living a good Christian life now. I'm a deacon in my church, and I'm just calmed down from what I used to be.
Living a full life is what the entire Ray family is trying to do. They so often think about Ricky and Robert and wonder what they would be doing now if they'd been able to survive a little while longer, to let medicine catch up. Randy is just trying to live a good life and make his brothers proud.
One day we'll all be together again. That's the way I look at it. Their job's done, and you know, if there is a bus outside to take you to heaven, I think I'll just go climb on it and go right now. Yeah, I would.
Well, talk about faith. That family is full of faith and love and grace and just amazing inspiration. Really, it should be an inspiration to all of us.
And amazing storytelling. I mean, you have a way of connecting with them and pulling out their sweet souls that so many people probably could have easily wanted to be angry for the rest of their lives. But you told that story in such a delicate and loving way. It really showed us what amazing people they are.
Yeah, they are just full of, they don't have anger at all. They are living their lives. They're trying to be the best that they can possibly be, and so faithful.
And about the house, there was never any, did they ever make any arrests for anybody who may set the fire at the house?
Nope, nobody was ever arrested, and they never even actually ruled for sure that it was arson. So, yeah, but the family did have to move. They went to Sarasota for a while, and they were in school there in Alabama, and eventually settled in Central Florida, very near.
I know, we'll get that online as well. Expert storytelling again, as always. Thank you so much. We're going to miss these, but we appreciate you sharing them with us. We've been sharing all these stories as we reflect on Kelly's career here at Fox 13. If you'd like to see more of them, we're putting them on our website as well. Go to fox13news.com. We've got a section there on our homepage marked Looking Back with Kelly Ring.